There is nothing wrong with your audio device. Do not attempt to adjust the sound. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. For the next half hour, sit quietly, and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your audio device. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery, which reaches from the inner mind to the Fake News Podcast.
Real or fake? Man wakes up to find burglar sucking his toes.
Ooh. Which foot?
Which toe in particular?
Yeah. Don't ask me to come on and then work things out and then fucking diss my process.
Why does which foot matter or which
Well,
toe?
never you mind. What if he sleep? Well, where does he sleep? Does he sleep like me with one foot up and then like a knee up? So if he was sucking, for example, if it was me and I woke up and a burglar was sucking my right foot, my right toes,
Yeah.
he'd be in the middle of the bed because my foot is up. If he was sucking my left toes, that's the one that I keep straight, the leg.
Okay.
So that would be that's
So-
easier access
So
to the
I,
left toes.
I will go out on a limb and say that the toes were out of the bed.
Right.
And he was sucking them rather than the burglar climbed into the bed.
Do you think that his feet?
Can you sleep with your toes out the bed?
I think this
yeah.
guy, what he's done, he's got a king size bed. I've done it myself. I've got a Super King, but sometimes when I bought bedding, because I've got a Super King, sometimes I just buy king size or sometimes even double, and my duvet's not big enough.
Mate, I can't sleep if I know my toes are out underneath the duvet.
Is that because you think like monsters will get you and that?
No, it's because
I'm worried
burglars
about
break in and
burglars.
fucking suck them up.
What is it a comfort thing or like a mental thing?
I don't. You know, like people have. So one of my ex-girlfriends couldn't sleep unless she would get drawing pins, and she would the curtains.
No.
So that she hated light, and then she'd get into bed and put her. She couldn't sleep if there was any light whatsoever.
And then she'd get into bed and put a mask on.
She put a mask on, yeah.
Just get a better mask and fucking. You don't have to paint your bedroom every 3 months
gaffer
because
tape
it's
a
drawing
fucking head.
Because your bedroom looks like the outside of a fucking dartboard down the local. Why is she putting? You can get blackout blinds that. Oh, I hate this girl. I'm glad she's your ex.
Yeah, mate, me too. But that wasn't
Did you do that?
something that annoyed me about her.
Did you do that when she stayed at your house?
When she stayed at my house when we moved in together.
So when
because obviously I'd stay in a lot of hotels. If she came with me,
Can I ask?
there was always a little thing of drawing pins.
I've got some questions.
Right.
Did she like garlic? Did you ever see her walk past the mirror?
Really didn't like the silver jewellery I bought her. Really didn't
Why
like
was
it.
she a werewolf as well? Someone's got his mythical creatures mixed up
Did
here.
vampires not with silver?
Don't think that asked. I think that's a werewolf thing.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Unless
Yeah.
it was a silver cross, not
yeah.
a pram.
Fake news.
So I can't believe I can't get past the drawing pin thing.
Do you know what?
How many drawing pins?
Everyone's got something like weird.
How many drawing pins?
Maybe 6 either side. Maybe not.
Oh
that
right,
many.
so it wasn't like every 2 inches.
Oh yeah,
she
she
was
wasn't like
a
she was just do it just in
fucking
case.
cross stitching it.
Text her now and say duct tape would have been better. It would have.
It would have taken so much quicker as well, and it wouldn't have left marks.
Yeah,
Mate,
mean,
that's
she left
how
him
long
for
were you
Mark.
with her for?
6 years.
Oh my god! I thought that this was like a 3-month thing, and then you went, "What the fuck is this?"
No,
6
that was-
years.
Is that really something that would annoy you about someone?
It would be enough at the early stages for me to question like if they have that idiosyncrasy, what else do
What
they
if that's
have?
their only downside, though? She might have been the best ever.
But,
she's probably
but
not,
at the
they're not
beginning,
together,
at the beginning, it would have put me on hyper alert. It would have made me super suspicious. I just think that's odd, me. I just think that's really odd.
I mean, I didn't at no point. Yeah, no, I was fine with it.
I mean, it is odd, but it's not something that would. It's not a deal breaker.
it's not breaking into another man's house to suck his toes.
Oh my
Or
God.
not.
Or not,
we know,
depending.
yeah.
We're not sure. Here's the thing that I would sort of look at this headline and think is that why would it's how he's called a burglar that is suspicious to me.
Well, that's added later, isn't it? By the
Suggest that the toes weren't the reason that he broke in.
But
He
it's
just saw the toes.
But, yeah, well, that's it. It suggests that
It was
he was
an
there to nick the
opportunistic
telly.
crime.
Yeah, he was there to nick the telly, and then he saw some tasty toes, and he went,
they've really run out of ideas on Home Alone 6. Like they started out as the sticky bandit or the wet bandits, then the sticky bandits. Home Alone 6, we're the toe sucking bandits. Marvin.
what's the process though? Do you, as a burglar, do you go in and do you suck toes first, or do you get the loot and then you go in?
The loot. The swag.
Yeah.
Well, first,
So you go up the stairs, see, and you suck some toes, see,
First, you put on a black and white sweatshirt.
and then you put like.
Oh God. What do you think?
I think that it is true.
You're going true. What are you going for, Danny Deegan?
With anything like that, my inclination is to always think it's true because
It's like on quiz shows where, you know, when they give you an obvious question and you're like, it's too obvious that it can't be true because, like, you'd feel like a dick if you say, oh, it's false. And then it's like, no, Paris is the capital of France. I think it's like that. It's like a switcheroo.
Right, okay.
Like,
So
it's too stupid.
my theory, I'm assuming that he sucked the toes like it was some sort of sexual thing.
What other reason could there possibly?
Oh, maybe he had toe rings and he
Oh,
couldn't
and
get
he's-
them off.
And he's trying to
He's
fucking
trying
lube them
to
up.
get them off. Have you seen Disney's Robin Hood? With the
Yeah.
when they rob the
Yeah.
stagecoach and they're like, oh, the lally, and he kisses his ring and he sucks the jewels out. Maybe that's the flex there. Maybe he tried to get them off, the toe rings.
Oh, that's so funny.
He had them knobbly toes. He's like, you're gonna have to lube
Oh,
this up.
when they've been broken.
No,
at
when
some
they go
point,
like
so
that,
they
like
call-
boop, you know, like a little like a T, like or like do you know when like you see like Attenborough and a snake's like swallowed the goat and it's got like a lump in it,
Yeah.
like that's what people's toes are like in it when they go down and then like boop boop. So he's like, shit, I can't get this off dry. Man's gonna have to lube it up here.
and just popped it in the bag with the rest of
Yeah,
the swag.
with the swag, he popped it in the swag bag.
I've absolutely done that. Was too funny. Right, you're saying?
I'm saying it's true now, definitely true.
What are you saying?
I'm gonna go true as well. He's convinced me.
You're both right. It was
Yeah,
another true one. Very
of course
well
it
done.
was.
Fantastic.
Next one's false.
Next one's false.
As an investigative journalist, I found myself with a few questions about the emergence of fake news.
Angry tortoise. Is it tortoise or tortoise?
I
think
would
it
say
matters.
tortoise.
Tortoise.
Tortoise. Angry tortoise.
Turtle. A turtle.
No, it's a different animal. An angry turtle, he wouldn't be making chips, he'd be making pizza. He'd have the oven on, it'd be safer.
Angry tortoise rescued. Angry tortoise rescued after starting house fire in Essex. Do we think that that's fake, or do we think that it's real? A real?
I think it might be fake because if that was me, I wouldn't have rescued the cunt. I'd have left him. If he'd have started the fire, you can't
That's a
start.
good point. It's not right. So
You can't start a fire and then be like, "Save me!" You'd be like, "Fuck off, mate! Go in your house."
there'd be something.
That's another thing. Sorry, is the house fire because a tortoise shell is technically his house. So
So has he?
So
has
is
he
the
lit
fire
up?
is the fire within the shell, or has he set someone else's house on fire?
He set someone else's house on fire.
What is it called,
He's-
this guy?
he's not
It must
made.
be some. Yeah, it must be someone else's house. Because otherwise, why would the headline have said the shell was in Essex?
But is it a human house,
It's a human house.
or has he set another tortoise's shell, aka their house, on fire?
So it's another house. It's a house in Essex, a human house.
Human house.
I can only infer that he was a pet to the family and that he wasn't like a rogue tortoise walking around kicking off.
He's not getting out though, is he?
Well, that's
the
it.
thing is, if you're a tortoise, you have to really weigh up like. If I'm trying to shoplift and I've got like no legs, and I'm like, I'm gonna nick this off the bottom shelf here, and I'm gonna try and escape. It's not going to happen for you, is it?
Yeah.
So you've really got to weigh up. He's got, unless he started a fire
With
on
like a
the
long
welcome
fuse.
mat. If he's like, right, I'm going to set this door frame on the front door on fire, and then I'll be on the lawn by Tuesday.
Yeah.
If he's like in the bathroom at the back, and he's like, mate, I'm going to blow this bitch up. And he's getting to the second stair at the top before he's dead.
Well, this is it, isn't it? It does raise questions about his lack of ability to escape because they're
Also,
not.
rescued.
Yeah.
They didn't fucking rescue David Koresh.
Who's David Koresh?
He was the guy who thought he was Jesus and set a barn on fire, and the FBI just stood outside and watched it burn.
Yeah, because if someone goes, oh, you think you're Jesus, I'd be like that. Do you know when someone's like, oh, I drive well better than you, and then you see him crash and you're like, ah, dickhead.
But my point is, if no one ran in to help him, no one's going in to save
but
a
the
fucking
tortoise isn't saying that he's Jesus. I think that's the point I'm making, is if you say you're Jesus, you expect Jesus to be able to get out of the fire.
I don't think the tortoise
So if you
David
said,
Koresh's opinion.
if someone was on fire, say I was in a house on fire, and I went,
Right.
"Whoa, it's cool, I'm a fireman," you'd be like, "Oh, he's got it. He'd be all right." And I'd think the same with Jesus. I'd be like, "Oh no, I don't need rescuing. He's sound. He'll put it out. There's some wine there. He'll change that to water. Man will be out." That's what I think. But
Okay, so what are we saying then? Let's Danny Deegan, what are you saying? Real or fake?
Right, So it's not out the. No, do you know how the fuck does a tortoise start a fire? No, it's bollocks.
I think the headline's true, but the story's false. I think the fire has been started and they've blamed the tortoise. So I think the headline is true.
Oh, do you
because-
think this is an insurance scam?
Yeah, or something like that.
Oh, yeah. No,
So I think the headline is true. They've said, oh, yeah, it was the tortoise. The tortoise has never heard Shaggy. It wasn't me. He can't say it. He can't be like, imagine if he just popped his head out and be like, nah.
But right,
Yeah, some bloke in Essex he's had a few bad days at the bookies.
His sunbed's caught fire.
so you,
His sunbed's not been wired up properly. The old Essex boy trying to get a tan on for the sugar hut.
but if you were so if I was the insurance broker though, and you said to me my house has been burnt down by a tortoise,
Yeah.
I would have further questions. Now, surely if you're committing insurance fraud, you want something so believable, so benign, so passable.
Yeah, but it falls under that where it's like, mate, no one could ever make this up, so it must be true.
So are we both?
Also, no one could make the tortoise talk.
Yeah.
The tortoise isn't going to rat you out.
And even if he
Yeah,
did,
yeah.
he's not a fucking grass mate.
so you're saying fake?
My honest
Yeah.
thing, I think it's true because when he started questioning you, you had a lot of answers about a headline you'd apparently made up.
Okay.
So I think it's real.
But surely if I made it up as well, then I'd also have answers.
I don't think you're that creative.
Okay. So you're saying it's real.
He's saying it's real because he has no faith in your ability.
Yeah,
As-
nothing to do with the headline.
Yeah.
He just thinks that I'm a dull man.
I think it's real, but I think the story is false, but I think the
I tell you,
headline is
if
real.
this is fake,
Yeah.
right? Like you totally did me with your improv skills. So-
Okay. The story is real.
Yeah,
it's a real
see,
story.
Fucking knew it.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's true. I don't believe it. But
Apparently,
I think the story is
apparently
real.
knocked over a candle.
Oh, that's all right.
Which you were close with Yankee Candle, but not a Yankee Candle because they're quite a sturdy base. So
Not
I
always.
imagine-
No, they're not. You know, there's Yankee candles that aren't in jars.
Really?
They're not all in jars. Yeah, you can get like little refills and thing.
Plus, tortoises are quite sturdy themselves.
Yeah, but it's they're not quick, are they? So Anyway, right, next one.
And I want you all to know that we are fighting the fake news. It's fake, phony, fake.
Next one, true or false, real or fake. Burkina Faso president claims rebel army leader is a zombie.
Right. How would you know that? Did he know him before he was a zombie? Did he bury him? And then, because that's the only way you would like officially know this.
Right.
Because it's very rude to see someone and go, it's a fucking zombie. Like, you're like, mate, I've done the school run. Imagine like walking down the street and someone just straight up going, mate, are you undead? You'd be like, I'm just tired, mate. There was basketball on last night. It was on the West Coast. It didn't tip off till 3.
I love the idea that the rebel army leader in Burkina Faso has been doing a school run, has been up watching the Knicks till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Who were the Knicks playing?
The Pacers.
Right. You know why that's not true?
Because
I said it was on the West Coast and they're both in the Eastern Conference.
Really?
Yeah.
I know so little about basketball. I just fucking...
Or
slung.
geography.
Well, I just
Just
the
say
New
LA.
York Knicks.
Playing-
yeah.
yeah, 'cause
And the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah, but it's on the East.
You see, all I know with basketball is the what's called like the Knick bit or the Pacer bit or like the Heat bit.
Yeah.
And then I just think of those, and then I kind of like just a city just falls into place.
Right. Do you want to? I know this isn't the podcast, but some of them are really good because obviously the franchise system in America just means that that's the team and they move it around. So, for example, the LA Lakers used to be the Minneapolis Lakers, where there are actually lakes. But there's no lakes in LA, but they're still called the Lakers.
Really?
There's no Jazz in Utah. It's actually quite Mormon.
It used to be like the New Orleans Jazz.
Yeah, it used to be the New Orleans Jazz.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So sometimes they just keep the franchise name.
No fucking way.
So there's a little knowledge for your head
That's
top.
interesting.
Is it the San Francisco baseball team is the San Francisco Giants,
Maybe, I don't know.
and they used to be in New York with the football team.
Yeah.
Ah.
So they used to be the New York Giants.
Oh, what a podcast this has turned out to be. With some actual good knowledge.
What do you think? What do you know about Burkina Faso, Danny D?
Right. I don't know that much about Burkina Faso, but I do know at the risk of, do you know what I mean, this being the bit that goes fucking viral for you. Like African leaders are fucking crazy.
Yes.
Always.
I know what you mean.
Like there's like Idi Amin going on about being the last king of Scotland.
Yeah.
Daliso Chaponda's dad, his political career, one of the highlights was when he claimed that farting was the biggest cause of global warming.
Was that Daliso's dad?
That was Daliso's dad. Yeah.
Really?
So it's not like they don't have history for just going fucking mental.
That sounds like such a diss, like, but not real. You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, your dad wears Lonsdales. like, your dad said farting was a big cause of global warming. Sounds like something you'd see written on a toilet door. Your dad signed the divorce papers in invisible ink.
That's fucking funny.
My favourite one of those was I don't know where I said it, and but I don't know. I didn't even think about it. It's just said your dad fell over in the street and got booked for diving. That's my favourite. Your dad.
That's funny. You know, when I was a teacher, I heard kids arguing with each other in the playground once, and one of them said, "Shut up, Connor. Your mum's a YouTuber." And I just fucking lost it.
that's funny.
I had to go into the staff room and I was fucking crying.
We went into the staff room and opened YouTube
Your
up.
mum's a YouTuber. I just fucking lost it. There's nothing you can say that.
Oh, unless he'd have gone, yeah, but your dad's on TikTok. And then it's one each.
Oh shit! Oh,
No, that's all the answers.
that's all the answers gone. Your dad's on TikTok. That's fucking funny. Oh my god!
Is it like Mozambique that have a machine gun on the flag?
Is it?
There's an African country
Yeah,
that has
yeah.
a machine gun on its flag. So they're not above just going crazy.
At least it's real. Wales. At least people have seen machine guns.
The thing is I think that there is so much political turmoil in Africa that I think you need to be crazy to get to the top. Do you know what I mean? Like when there's nothing but craziness around you, no one's voting for somebody who comes across as like statesman-like. Do you know what I mean? Like, well, I know that there's no water, but in 5 to 7 years we will have a. You don't want that. You want some crazy fucking guy that says it's like God's wrath or some shit.
Well, it's a bit of a vicious circle. Like, I think most African countries within the last 30 years have been either in some sort of war with another African country or more likely some sort of civil war. I imagine if you've been through that, you will then just direct towards we need a new leader, the general.
It's a great insult, though, because no one really knows.
Well, if he's a zombie.
If someone went, hey, you know he's a zombie, I'd be like, I mean, I don't really believe that, but I'm not going round there now.
That's true. It's hard to prove, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if you were...
And do you know what? In terms of a political rival, how weak does your political rival look if he now comes out and proves he's not a zombie?
Yeah. It's like, because Donald Trump did a thing, didn't he? When Donald Trump was in trying to get to be the president, he made a joke about how another candidate's hands were small, and so therefore he probably has a smaller dick than him. Like, he literally went, well, he's got small hands, he's probably got a small dick, like, to that extent.
Yeah.
And that was for President of America.
Suddenly he's tweeting pictures of his hands with tape measures.
Yeah. And I think the other candidate said something like, "Oh well, my hands aren't small, and nothing else is small. Believe me," because it's like a man thing, isn't it? That you feel like
Men are trash.
That's it. Men are trash.
Is that the big male insult in Burkina Faso?
What?
You're a zombie, mate.
You're a zombie.
And that's the point where like everyone stops talking.
I'm not
and
a
goes,
fucking
"Fuck,
zombie.
God
Maybe
damn
he's
it."
just on spice.
Oh
Bit
shit!
of spice, bit of zombie spice.
Do you know what though? There are countries that believe. Like when I was in Indonesia, they passed a law whilst I was out there to say that no one's allowed to do black magic anymore. Like they were like, right, no one's allowed to do black magic, and everyone, like I thought, like speaking to people, I thought that they'd be like, yeah, that's a bit daft, isn't it? But most of the people that I spoke to were like, yeah, it's about time they passed that law because black magic is a bloody nuisance.
But is it more daft than thinking that fucking Jesus is about?
Probably not.
No, it's not.
To be honest
Just
with
let
you.
people do what they want to do. Black magic. Let them believe what they want to believe. Black magic.
What are we saying with regards to...
True.
You're saying true?
Yeah, I think it's a perfect insult. It's hard to prove, and it'll get people thinking like, "Oh yeah, he was a bit zombie when I saw him the other week. He was a bit bumbling. Maybe that's because he's a zombie."
He said he had the flu, but I'm not fucking believing him.
Yeah, he said he just really likes rare steak, but the way he was eating that, man.
And he didn't have any strepsils.
Well, he's not vegan, is he? That's the way that you'd have to come out. You'd have to be like, "No, I'm vegan, actually. It's a soy arm."
Nibbling on a tofu leg.
Yeah.
No, someone's giving him a dead leg. He always walks like that.
So what are you saying, Danny? Are you saying real or fake, Danny?
Yeah, I think that's exactly the sort of thing that a crazy African leader would throw as an insult.
I can reveal that it is fake.
Oh,
It's a fake headline.
okay.
Good. Do you feel cheated?
A little bit, yeah. That was the one I wanted to be true the most.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, it's fake. Well, thank you for both coming on.
Thanks
the
for having me,
podcast.
man.
This has been so much fun. Look, if you have enjoyed it, then, rate, subscribe, do all the things that you need to do. Genuinely, I've been told that actually people bothering to leave a review and rate it on iTunes is the single most important thing that they can do.
5s only.
5s only. So,
None of that 4 shit or that 3 shit. 5s only.
so if you have enjoyed it,
I'm going to leave a scathing review.
as a guest.
Yeah,
As a guest, I've never been more disappointed in my fucking life. 1 star. Right. Well, thanks very much. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Fake News Podcast. Please remember to subscribe and rate us on iTunes. The Fake News Podcast was brought to you by Freddie Quinn. For more content, please visit facebook.com/Freddie Quinn Comedy or youtube.com/Freddie Quinn Comedy. For all advertising inquiries, please email freddiequinn@gmail.com.